Now welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Okay, I want to talk about Pedro Pascal. I want to talk about the Mando-Verse. I want to talk about the Mando-Verse movie. Let's go.
Alright, let's begin.
Let's start with Pedro. Pedro Pascal.
I assume you're going to talk about the rumors?
The rumors.
Or is it confirmed at this point? I don't know.
It's close. They're saying that these talks have been going well. It's just a scheduling issue to see Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic in the Marvel's Fantastic Four. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that casting. For one, I don't think Pedro's tall enough. I always, for some reason, think Mr. Fantastic is taller.
Because he, stretches and you think of him as like a thin, lanky guy, right?
No, I think he's a taller guy. I don't know. And some of the other people who were rumored to be playing him, I felt like, I don't know, maybe better fit the look of Mr. Fantastic from the comic books, the Reed Richards. Yeah. I mean, he beat out actors like maybe John Krasinski reprising the role.
Played him in, yeah.
Because he got totally gypped and only got to pay him for like
3 minutes.
3 minutes and made him the stupidest smart guy.
Yeah, maybe that's why he can't be Mr. Fantastic. Finds out he's just too stupid.
Don't let him say a word. They're going to obliterate you with a word. Well, okay. Other people who were rumored / fans were thinking about and other things. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Mysterio.
Yep. In that universe.
Adam Driver. I could see it. He can have enough of that dignified professor.
I don't know that I see that one either.
I think I could have. In Matt Smith.
Huh.
I know.
I don't know about that one either. I think Matt Smith would make a good Marvel character somewhere, and not just, Do you think?
Morbius. And I don't know exactly how old he is. Do you think Matt Smith's getting a little too old to play maybe Mr. Fantastic?
No, I don't think so. He's not that old.
I don't feel like he is
doesn't
either.
Age.
But
he's the Doctor. But no, I don't think he's. I don't even know how old Matt Smith is.
I'm
you got me wondering.
Surprised that they would be going after Pedro Pascal for this role, being as his slate is so busy.
Yeah, he can't even play the Mandalorian.
He can't even show up to the.
Yeah, he can't get on set for his own big series.
So he's got that. He has The Last of Us Season 2. He has Gladiator 2. And he has some other project, which I can't remember the name of right now. Weapons? Something like that.
All right.
But he's busy.
He's
so
very
there's going to
busy.
be scheduling conflicts.
At some point, he'll have to be in the studio to record some lines, too. This is the way.
Yes, this is the way.
Say it about 5 different times.
They've just gotten permission to AI his voice at this point.
Maybe. We wouldn't even know, would we?
We wouldn't. Because it's modulated anyway because it's through a helmet.
Exactly. It'd probably be fairly easy to do that. Plus, you have his, you could just have him say the same lines. He's still like
this
6
is the
different
way.
Things, yeah.
Yeah. Don't touch that.
Grogu.
Grogu.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's sick.
I don't know. I just don't see Pedro as Reed.
I don't either.
I don't think he'd be terrible. I'm
like
not saying he'd be
part
upset,
of it, he doesn't seem tall enough. He doesn't...
There you
I don't know.
The height again. We can't all be 6'4".
I think, whenever I think of Reed Richards, I think he's tall. I think he's a bit taller. He's not... And for some reason, and I don't know if it's true or not, for some reason I feel like Pedro Pascal is a shorter guy.
I don't know. He's short. He's probably average height.
I don't know.
I don't know what average height is, though.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
I just don't see him as Pedro. Okay. I don't see Pedro as Pedro.
I don't see me as Pedro.
I don't see him as Mr. Fantastic. He doesn't... I don't know. It just doesn't sit in my brain.
I get you. No, I'm in agreement. Something doesn't feel right
John
there.
Krasinski, he had it. And
yes,
then they,
for some
they
weird
threw
reason.
It away. Matt Smith, he could definitely be... I could see it. I could even see Adam Driver.
I could see Adam Driver be... I'd put actually Pedro probably at the bottom of that list.
Right. Even Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah.
Even Jake Gyllenhaal.
Who was already in the Marvel Universe. I could see him being a second character.
Don't get me wrong. Pedro could definitely find his place in the MCU. They all do, right? Everybody has a place in the MCU.
Yes.
He's a great actor. It's nothing against him. I don't know. I'm a Fantastic Four fan.
You are.
I've read a lot of Fantastic Four in my day, so I don't know. I don't see it.
I don't see it. Maybe I just haven't seen him play a role that's similar enough to Reed Richards. That could be a problem as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Reed Richards, you can't play Reed Richards like the Mandalorian. You can't play Reed Richards like that guy from Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
You can't play Reed Richards like
Life
Joe
is good,
from...
but it can be better.
You can't play him like Joe from The Last of Us.
No, definitely not.
He's not any of those three things that I really know Pedro from, which is probably why I have such a disconnect.
See, that's what I think it is. Like we have a lot of impressions of, or Game of Thrones. Let's not forget too.
No, that still doesn't work. Yeah.
Yeah, getting the eyes.
Whereas John Krasinski, we have.
He would have been better though if that had been Mr. Fantastic. He could have just like flexed the eyes. We would have been fine.
Would have been fine. No, but like John Krasinski, he's played. Not only has he played Mr. Fantastic once, but he plays Jack Ryan.
Yeah, he
and
does
that
good.
role, I can definitely kind of convert parts of it. The intelligence, the studious research. There are roles like the parts of that I can definitely mirror and say, okay, yeah, Mr. Fantastic. Yeah. Matt Smith playing Doctor Who has a lot of those moments where you look at him and you're like, yeah, you could do it.
I'm still not on the Matt Smith train.
I know, it's not quite the fit I'd want either, but
yeah, I think
if David Tennant was younger.
I think Jim is the winner.
I'm sorry, Pedro. We still love you. We just don't know if you're Mr. Fantastic.
You're fantastic. We don't know that you're fantastic enough.
We don't know if you're fantastic enough.
Sorry, Pedro.
I'm sorry. I just don't see it. But prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Do it.
He might get the chance.
Yeah, and I'm for that. Show me what I'm not seeing in your acting repertoire right now.
Wow, you are being really harsh right now, I feel.
Like, sometimes when you see Jason Momoa acting.
He's got range, man.
We've
seen it, Joel.
Exactly. We need to see more of the range. And when you get typecast for a long time, you don't see his range anymore.
Well, he's had so many different roles that I think, again, you're kind of seeing him in all these things, and it's hard to like...
Because none of those things are this thing.
Yeah. But he can probably pull it off.
Yeah, we'll see. we won't.
We probably will, though. I feel like...
Let's move on. We got more Mando-Verse to cover. I want to know, because I have fun, weird questions all the time. Do you think Thrawn's going to be the reason that Mon Mothma steps down from being the Chancellor?
Ooh.
We know she steps down sometime, of course, after now and before
Bloodline?
Yes, before the book Bloodline.
Well, I thought they were doing like a rotation thing where they wanted to like, okay, you get your, you want term limits, essentially. You don't want another emperor type where they're just in there forever.
Well, and she doesn't have the power that he ever had either.
Yeah, even the capital world is supposed to flex around. Because it's
on a rotation.
Yeah, that's why Hosnian Prime was the capital world in the sequel time period. But
somehow it was going to be better.
Well, I think they made that up because they knew they couldn't blow up Coruscant, so they're like, just say the capital rotates,
well,
and that way we don't have to blow it up.
Wasn't it on Chandrila?
Yes.
Yeah,
so it's moved from...
But I'm wondering if Thrawn could be the reason Mon Mothma, maybe she steps away from politics because of this situation.
Maybe Thrawn kills her.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe. But no. Here's my last Mando-Verse comments. Can you possibly make the Mando-Verse movie fighting Thrawn without the OT trilogy stars?
No.
Like, what excuse is there? I can understand you can say that Han or Leia are working in the background and that you're not really going to see them, whatever, because she's probably leading an army or a rebellion or something, because that's what she does.
A resistance,
yeah,
perhaps? Yeah,
she's leading some sort of forces to fight Thrawn.
Okay.
How do you do it without Luke? How do you say that Luke, hero of the galaxy, who took down the Emperor, who stopped Vader in his tracks, because they don't know any
Allegedly,
better. Because you only have one person who can tell you what happened on that ship.
Yes.
To the victor goes the spoils. But how does Luke, the hero of the rebellion, not fight Thrawn?
He's busy with his temple.
Thrawn with an army of Dathomirian witches isn't gonna come and fight? Isn't gonna use the Force and be like, take that, Thrawn, I'm so cool. I don't know, he's not gonna do that.
Well, if you're gonna do that, no. Leave him at home.
But I don't want... And I don't know if this sounds... I don't know how this is going to sound. I do not want Dave Filoni, I don't want the new characters stealing the thunder from what should be Luke's kill.
Luke's kill.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yes. Luke
I don't want
Ahsoka
Thrawn, coming in there and being like, oh, look, I saved the galaxy. I don't want Mando showing up and doing it. I don't want Bo-Katan showing up and doing it. I don't want Carson Teva to show up and do it. I want Luke Skywalker, the hero of the galaxy, to continue to show us why he is the hero of the galaxy. Why everyone in the Republic's like, look, he's founded a school, this is great. Because he is the hero. Instead of, Luke didn't even come to help when Thrawn showed up? Well, he kind of stinks. No, let's not tarnish this reputation. We need to see Prime. We
tarnished it, yes.
We didn't, yes, but that's the sequels, and I know we have to get there eventually in time.
No, we don't.
But why can't we continue to let Luke shine in his prime? Why can't this be a coup de grace, a beauty piece to the greatness of Luke Skywalker? Why does it have to be all about Mando and Bo-Katan and Ahsoka and
We don't know
Sabine
that it will be,
and Ezra?
necessarily.
And that's what I don't want. I mean, we're calling it the Mando-Verse movie, but I need Luke Skywalker in this movie.
I think with Luke and all of the OT characters, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. If
But
you
I
don't
think you're
bring them,
less damned if you don't.
maybe.
Less damned
Well,
if you
it
do.
also depends on how they get used, right? Because if you don't bring them in, people are gonna question, like, well, what did Luke
Where
do?
was he?
Where was he the whole time? Because I'm assuming it's not Thrawn comes back and it's a 10-minute
He
fight.
went out to just do random other stuff again.
Yeah.
Luke's too busy, guys. He and his ant bots are building a school with his lack of students.
But I mean, and then if you do use him and you don't get it right, people are going to be upset. And if you do use him, people are going to go, oh, well, it doesn't matter anyway because he's just going to become grumpy Luke and drink
That doesn't mean
his
we
green
can't
milk.
enjoy him.
No, I'm not saying
his
that.
prime.
I'm simply saying you're in a no because of what you've done with him in the past. You're in the no-win situation because yes, you expect him to be there for a big event
Because he should be.
because he should be because
He
he's
should be.
the Jedi. I mean, he's the Jedi of the time,
Just
right?
like Leia absolutely has to somehow be involved
Yeah.
because of the fact that they even had to make sure to reference her in Ahsoka that she's kind of got Hera's back because
Yeah.
she understands Thrawn to be a threat.
Of course. And at this point, Han and Leia are still together, so
Yeah. So they can't do this. They can't make a Mando-Verse movie without throwing in some, at least speak of what Leia is doing to help.
No, you gotta have
And
them all
bringing
in there.
and bringing in Luke.
Yeah, he has to be there. It'd be criminal not to have him
It would be
show up.
horrible not to have them. I could not stand for that.
Yeah, but you're also gonna have the people. Oh, you're just doing the pandering thing. You're nostalgia baiting
It's
us
not.
again.
It makes
Yeah, but-
sense in the story.
Well, sure, but we're at the point, of course, where people are just gonna always take the negative road, right? They're always gonna look for the reason to hate it, not to in any way kind of give them a benefit of the doubt. Not to say they
Understandable, I
don't
guess.
deserve that to some degree, but of course you're gonna have people who, whatever they choose to do with this movie, are going to find the way to not like it.
I hear what you're saying. I just don't want to.
No, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be open to it, whatever it is, even if they don't put Luke in there for reasons.
If they kept Thrawn in the other galaxy, I'd be like, okay, I understand that Luke isn't there. But he's in the main galaxy with an army of Dathomirian witches, and you're not going to tell me Luke Skywalker's coming in to try and save the day? Maybe
course
with
he is.
Ahsoka at his back? I'd be more okay with that, but I think Luke needs to remind the audience, needs to show us all that he is a hero. They can't just throw him on the shelf because he did one great thing in his lifetime.
No, I mean I'm in agreement with you, obviously, but I think the biggest issue they're gonna have with this movie is like you got a lot of characters. I mean, is Boba Fett and everybody else, and Fennec Shand, and are some of these other characters that have been Mando-Verse characters, are they showing up?
Maybe we don't need everyone to show up. We just need to tell a good story and not worry about it being cameo fest. Center in on the story that matters.
Is Mando going to be in it? Is it just going to be like Ahsoka taking center stage, or is she not because her show wasn't exactly
Maybe
as...
Luke will show up and be like, I'm putting a team together.
Yeah, I mean, is
Come
it going
on,
to be that? Is it going to be that cheesy though, where it's
I
like,
don't
oh,
know.
somehow all these characters from all these shows just happen to come together to fight Thrawn?
Building to this, they need to have a reason for them to fight. The Mandalorians need to be displayed as an army versus Thrawn.
Well, there you go. You also
They're
have
going
the
to be it
Mandalorians, too.
because of the Mandalorians they're going to be the only army to stand against him because we know the New Republic should be de-escalating their military at this time.
Well, sure, they're
So the
doing
army
the
against
90%
Thrawn
reduction thing.
is the Mandalorians, but you need to put in some sort of personal
But
stake
the
that
Mandalorians
drags.
don't have an army.
Yeah, but
they
there's,
don't have
there's enough of them. Doesn't take many Mandalorians to be an army, in my
Well,
opinion.
sure, but still.
Plus, they're trained to fight Force wielders. Don't forget that.
Well, some of them don't know what Force wielders are.
They'll
Don't
work
forget
on
that.
it. They'll work on it. They're one group now. They'll figure it out.
By the way, Jedi,
Jedi.
they exist. They're a thing. They have
No,
a Force
I think
Mando.
the Mandalorians will have a stake to fight him because they're going to be the army. They're going to be the one the New Republic begs for help. But you need to make sure that Mando has a personal reason for wanting to be involved and not just he's just there. They need to have personal stakes as to why characters are involved. Hera and the Ghost Crew, they've got history with him.
Yep.
Ahsoka is part of the reason he escaped, so she's got a reason to be there.
Yep.
And Luke needs to be there because he's the hero of the gosh darn galaxy.
Yep.
So he needs to be there because he is the man. The man, Luke Skywalker,
Leia
needs to be there.
because Leia is the woman.
Well, she needs to be there because she is the organizer of the army. she is the one in charge of troops.
Yeah, she is actually. Wasn't that established now? You're right.
That is established, though. So, of course, she has to be involved.
Yeah.
Han will be there because he's her husband.
Han. Yeah.
And he's going to, yeah.
What about Lando? Can we get Lando in there, too? Maybe.
We have to have a reason for Lando to show up. Is he still a general in the army at this point, or he just...
He's not.
Or is he just busy running the Star Cruiser into the... Which is... in the canon fashion, the Star Cruiser still exists. And Lando does own it.
But not in reality, yes.
Lando owns it, and somehow went out of business in our universe, but... Lando is actually the proprietor of the Star Cruiser at the...
He's had a lot of bad luck with some of his business ventures, hasn't he?
Yeah. He bought a gas mine, and then Empire's like, hey, we want to take your gas mine.
Yep.
His friend Lobot lost his mind.
Yeah, Lobot had some problems.
He lost a daughter.
Yeah, like Lando was... If anybody should be alone on an island, it's Lando. Yet he's the happiest guy in the whole damn sequel trilogy. Figure that one out.
The spice?
Of all the originals. Like, he was the only one who felt like Lando still.
Yeah, because...
The spice? What are you implying?
Maybe he got involved in the spice trade.
Oh,
I don't know.
I thought you meant he was just high on spice at the time.
No, we don't know what Lando got up to. We know he lost a lot of things along the way.
Lando's had it rough, and that man bounces back. Like, respect for Lando.
Yes.
I think we underestimate the perseverance the tenacity and the perseverance of one Lando.
But no, there needs to be a reason for Mando to show up, and they don't have that right now.
No, but they'll manufacture it, or if
because
not, he'll
Thrawn
just show up.
Will kill Grogu.
Oh my! Nobody can kill Grogu. If there is
if they want to cement Thrawn as a villain, he will kill Grogu.
Look, Grogu doesn't need that chainmail. He has the thickest plot armor in the known universe,
and that's why we'll know that Thrawn is serious. Thrawn killed Grogu.
Oh my
And then
God,
Mando has to go on
Grogu will come back. It doesn't matter.
No.
Somehow Grogu returned.
No.
Because Disney wanted to sell more toys.
All right, you should just wrap this up.
Yeah, we're rambling. Yep. All right, well, that is going to be all we got for you this time. Now it is your turn to take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of any and all of today's news or the excessive rambling afterwards. Whatever the case may be, leave those comments below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.